Parsha Ekev. This is a shir adapted from the shiurim of Moran HaGoin Reb Henech Leibowitz, Zeichat Tzadik Livrocha. The title of this shir is The Secret, How to Daven on Rosh Hashanna and the rest of the year. It says in Parsha Ekev that Einei Hashem Elokecha, the eyes of the Rebbeinu Shalom are constantly on Eretz Yisrael. Einei Hashem Elokecha, Mereishis Hashana Viad Achros Hashana, from the beginning of the year until the end of the year. That's this simple. Mereishis Hashana. Reishis is usually spelled with an aleph. Reish, aleph, shin, yud, saf. For some unknown and strange reason, the Torah leaves out the aleph. Kol shana ekev she Einei Hashem Elokecha bo mereishis hashana ve'ad achros hashana. That's the pasuk with the aleph, mereishis hashana, from the beginning of the year until the end of the year. The Gemara in Masechta Rosh Hashanna learns great things from this pasuk, and that's the title of this shir. That Shona, we are now translating Reishis without an aleph, which means pour. Kol Shona Sherosha B'Tchilasa, the Gemara is in Rosh Hashanna, Tez Zayin Amid Beis Amid Rabbi Yitzchak. Kol Shona Sherosha B'Tchilasa, any year that is poor in its beginning, Misasheres B'Seifa. And Rashi translates Kol Shana Sherosha B'Tchilasa, that Israel behaves on Rosh Hashanna as a pauper. Any year that Israel behaves on Rosh Hashanah as a pauper, as Rashi says, She'oisin kol she'Yisrael oisin atzmon roshin. Klal Yisrael make themselves poor on Rosh Hashanah. L'daber tachanunim utfila. To speak, tachanunim is when you plead, when a poor person pleads to the Rebbeinu Shalom for bread. Ki'inyin shenema, as it says, a pasuk in Mishlei, tachnunim yedaber rosh. A poor person speaks tachnunim. It's pleading to Hashem. Rebbeinu Shalom, please give me bread. So the Gemara continues, and we'll come right back. Shenema, as it says in the pasuk, Mereishis Hashana, Reishis without an aleph, so that it can now mean poverty. Reishis is from the Lashon Rosh, which means poverty. If a person davens on Rosh Hashanah as a pauper, Rebbeinu Shalom, I have nothing. I have zero. I need bread. If a person davens like that to Hashem, he will be answered. And the question is, The question is, number one, it's really not true. Are we all paupers? We daven on Rosh Hashanah as a pauper, like we're paupers. A person, a member of Klal Yisrael, can have $1 million in his bank account too. And how should he daven? Not everybody is a pauper pleading for bread. That's question number one. Question number two is, since the proper way to daven is, it's sort of like a formula, he says. Before I daven, I have to make a certain recital. I conduct myself as I'm a pauper, as I am a pauper who has nothing. What kind of a kavana does a person who recites that tachnunim yidaber rosh, what kind of kavana can he have? He's just making a recital. And the first question was, it's not even true. Are we expected to speak an untruth in order for Hashem to answer our prayers? How it feels. Moran Hagoyin Reb Henach Leibowitz, Zechat Tzadik Levracha, quotes an interpretation of Moran Hagoyin Reb Naftali Trop, Zechat Tzadik Levracha, who was the Rosh Yeshiva in Radin. And when he said over this pshat, Reb Henach, he was so molei simcha, indicating that he felt that this interpretation of Reb Naftali, Zechat Tzadik Levracha, was emes, was the true interpretation. And this is what Reb Naftali Trop said. He said that the first question was, it's not emes. A person could have $1 million in the bank, and he should still recite and say, I'm like a pauper, I'm a pauper pleading for bread, help me. And also the second question, making a recital before you daven to Hashem is sort of external. It's not any way of saying that he has kavanah for what he's saying. It's all external. Reb Naftali Zechat Tzadik Levracha comes and says, it's emes. We are all paupers. The person with $1 million in the bank is also a pauper. Why? Because on Rosh Hashanah, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is done. HaKadosh Baruch Hu judges each and every person. Mi yei osher umi yei oni. When we stand at the din on Rosh Hashanah, Hashem then decides mi yei osher, who will be rich and who will be poor for the coming year. That means we have zero. We have nothing. On Rosh Hashanah we have nothing until the Rebbeinu Shalom will paskin. Mi yei osher, who will be rich, who will become rich, and who will be poor. At that moment we have nothing. And it's true. We're all paupers on Rosh Hashanah. Like a person pleading for bread. And that's the kavanah that we should have when we daven on Rosh Hashanah and throughout the year. But it says what we're saying by Rosh Hashanah. Kol Shana Sherosha B'Tchilasa. Any year where we are paupers, when we start davening, we're paupers, and it's true. It's true because HaKadosh Baruch Hu is done on Rosh Hashanah who will be rich and who will be poor. We could have $1 million in the bank. That was last year. But for the future now, it's a new psak that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has to judge each and every member of Klal Yisrael. And that's the secret of davening on Rosh Hashanah and the rest of the year. What's the secret? The secret is, Ribbono Shel Olam, I'm a pauper, I have nothing, and it's true. Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu then judges us what we should have. And if we daven to Hashem that we are poor, like paupers pleading for bread, then both questions that we have are answered. Because it's emes, and it's also, can we have kavanah for this? Of course, we could have kavanah. It's not external. It's not a formula that we're saying. We're saying with our whole heart, Ribbono Shel Olam, we have nothing. Without you, we have nothing. And this is the secret of tefillah. The Eibusher should help us. We should be zeicher to utilize these important words. Tachnunim yedaber rosh. It's a pasuk in Mishlei. The poor person speaks, pleading for mercy, because he has, like a person pleading for, who has no bread, who's pleading for bread. We should be zeicher to this. Amen. To daven properly for ourselves, for our loved ones, for our families, for Klal Yisrael. We all have nothing without the Ribbono Shel Olam. We should be zeicher to understand this is the true way how to daven. Amen v'amen.